Hi guys, this is Lyn again. Welcome to my new video. This time we're looking behind the scenes of one of my more recent photo shoots, a Mermaid and Gnar photo shoot back in September. Yes, I know I'm late, but hey. Here's the video. Please enjoy. Mermaid from Peter Pan and Gnar from League of Legends. So let's start off with driving to the location. I was lucky to being able to drive with the two beautiful mermaids, Nini from NP Cosplay and Liz from Cesar Cosplay. And yeah, the drive took us about 1 hour to get to the location. The location was the Mondbachtal, which is a beautiful, stunningly beautiful forest with a little river going through it. And yeah, it was kind of in the middle of both model groups. So we had Gnar coming from the opposite direction and us Mermaid, including photographer and assistant, coming from the other direction. So this was like a very perfect fit. And as you can see, there are so many beautiful trees and the area looks pretty nice, you will see later on. So the drive was really worth it. Yeah, here you can already see us walking up to the others. I'm very happy at this time. The weather was sunny, but it was still very, very cold, especially the water. And yeah, here you can see our troupe, Gnar Cosplayer and the mermaids, all with their wigs on already. So then we started looking for a proper spot. So the whole forest is beautiful, as I said, but for Gnar I wanted to have like something different. I just wanted to have some different perspectives. We wanted to have a fallen tree, and so we just kept on walking for about 20 minutes until we found our spot, which you can see in this scene now. So here you can see the stones, the little river, and yeah, well, you can't call it a river, but anyway. There we have our fallen tree, and yeah, I'm trying to do some fancy stuff with my gimbal, like just looking on the floor. Here you can see my mood board. So I took some artwork, some screenshots, a lot of pictures from Jessica Negri, because also the design she wore was inspired by her, and also some other cosplayers. Thank you so much for the inspiration. Here's our first scene. We had her sitting or like kneeling on the tree, and yeah, I was just like trying to take a lower perspective and catching the light that comes from the back. Always directing my assistant with the reflector, and also directing the model how she should like pose, and yeah, trying to look into the video camera as well. And the picture turned out pretty decent, as you will see just in a few seconds. Yeah, here's the picture, one of the pictures. I really like it. Then we went on to our second set. It was a spot that I saw already when we walked up there. It was a tree, so like the rest of a fallen tree, and I wanted to walk up there and take a picture from above. So like she looks like she's crawling up there and trying to reach her enemy or whatever. And therefore I handed my camera to my assistant. Thank you so much. And then he handed it back to me. Yeah, so I didn't crash my camera when walking up there. And then we tried some poses. The difficult thing with taking pictures from above is that most of the people look very cute, and we actually wanted to look her dangerously as Gnar. I think we achieved that after a few adjustments. Yeah, well, this looks still pretty sweet, but Gnar is a mix of looking sweet and looking dangerous, or being dangerous, turning into a monster. Yes, this pose, I loved it. I really loved it because I could take a picture through the tree. You can see it here. I love it when pictures turn out that way. Okay, here's my cool assistant, Phil, and there I found out how fluffy the tail actually was. I told her she should keep an eye on it because I'm going to steal it and use it as a cushion. So the next setting was her sitting on the floor, so Gnar being in his hole and hiding out, and we also had some feathers that we spread on the ground. And then I also showed her the ideas that I had in mind, and so we tried what comes out of it. And yeah, so first thing is, don't do what she is doing now. This was actually my idea, so all on me. When she bended her leg that was visible to the camera, it all looked very crunched and forced into a bag or something. And then I told her to stretch the leg so the body seems to be a little bit longer, and that worked out much better. But it took us a while to find out what we actually had to adjust, because the image just looked strange somehow. It's beautiful, but it looked strange, and yeah, that's what we came up with. Sometimes I also like sit on the ground and show exactly what the model has to do, or what I have in mind that the model could do, and so it's easier not only to talk about the pose but actually showing it. Here we tried another higher perspective picture. I also brought my step ladder with me. This is something every photographer should have. A step ladder. You can just get to different perspectives when you don't have something to step on actually. Yeah. Then we moved on to our third set, which was pretty much Johanna's idea. So she wanted to be on the stone and looking curious around in the forest, and that's what we did. I took a very low pose, she's like over there and overlooking everything, and it turned out really well. I really liked the picture. I hope you like that too. Yeah, and one of the last images we took was an action pose. So she throws her dagger at me, or her I think it's a bone boomerang. She throws her bone boomerang at me, and there I needed actually 3 assistants. So actually you can see 2 right now, one holding the reflector, her mom throwing the feathers, and then I realized that my camera and the boomerang were just too heavy. So my camera was too heavy for one arm, so I had to take it with 2 hands, and so Liz came and held the boomerang where I wanted it to have it. And as we didn't know how a throw looks natural, I just let Johanna throw the boomerang once, and then she knew how to hold the hand, so it looks like she had just thrown it against my face. And everything else we just did by holding and throwing feathers and trying to create some action, and this is what we came up with. This is actually assembled from 3 to 5 images. And after that my storage was full, so Nini couldn't create any more videos with it, and we switched the smartphone, but just after we finished Gnar. And we also took a picture where she was walking out of the water, and just a small portrait at the end. And then Johanna left us and we were moving on. We were up to shooting a mermaid scene in a very beautiful spot with water and stones. This was my mood board for the mermaids. It was mainly inspired by Reiki photography and some artworks from Peter Pan mermaids and 2 other cosplayers that I don't recall right now. And yeah, we had to walk another 20 minutes. We thought we wouldn't find the place we were looking for. We had a very specific spot in mind, but we came across so many beautiful spots. You can basically shoot everything there. It's so beautiful. But be aware, there's a lot of traffic with other people moving, and be prepared that they just shoot you. We always try to tell people, please just ask before you take a picture of someone, because, well, they're in a costume, but you still don't have to take pictures of everyone without asking. Okay, here we arrived to the location we were looking for, those little waterfalls. This is like really amazing. I love this spot. You have 2 different layers where the water drops down, and yeah, here are my beautiful mermaids that I was able to shoot. Check it out. always whispering the secrets amongst them. And here's an overview of the location from the top. At first we did some pair photo shoots, and then I took single pictures of both of them. So we had some props with us, like a treasure chest and some flowers and yeah, some pipes and hairbrushes, so they can just be like mermaid-like. And we also took a modern mermaid picture. You will see later what I mean by that. And I was just basically always sitting on that stone, because it was like the perfect location to be in and take pictures from a slightly lower perspective, and also catching the waterfall on the picture. And as you can see, there are very many leaves lying around because it was nearing autumn, and I removed them all in Photoshop because the picture looks so much cleaner without those little leaves in the picture. So, and what you can see here is I used my display a lot. I can flip it out and just turn it, so I can just take different positions, and that's what I love about my camera. If you're not tall enough or you can't be small enough, you can just hold the camera wherever you want it and have the display inside, and still can see what's going on the picture. Yes, so here you can see the different poses we had and also the result. This time Phil was filming, and also with his own camera. Here you can see that I added some glitter and rainbow because they requested it. I normally don't do this because it's not like my kind of style, but it turned out better than I thought it would. Yeah. Here's our smartphone picture, so modern mermaids creating content for Instagram. They actually uploaded it to Instagram afterwards. And here we have the setup with the treasure chest. And as I started talking before, later on they moved into the water or onto the waterfalls, and we tried to keep those positions as short as possible because the water was freezingly cold. It was maybe about 10 degrees or 8 degrees, and it was like I even had to put my shoes off so I could get the right perspective from a different angle and just walk through the water. And it was really cold, and I was lucky enough to just get my feet in. They were like laying in the water, as you can see right here. But it was wonderful shooting with him, and I very much look forward to the next one because I really enjoyed that. And here's a last glimpse at the photo monster that was running around in the forest, taking pictures of everyone. Yeah, so basically that's all about the photo shoot. One thing I didn't explain was in a picture you could see green spots. I always use some leaves from the surrounding and put it in front of the camera, so I have some foreground and create a deeper impression of the image. So like, just let me grab my camera. It's like having the camera over here and putting some leaves. I just take this fabric here and put it over there, so you have the impression that you just take pictures through the leaves of a tree or something like that. And I really like that kind of style. You can do it with basically everything that you find around. And yeah, and I almost forgot to tell you my learnings from this photo shoot. First thing, a small place is enough to do a photo shoot to fill a whole afternoon with taking pictures. Like with Gnar, we had this small place at the riverside where we just had like 8 or 10 different spots we took pictures in, because you can vary your perspectives. You take pictures from the bottom, from the top. We had like stones, we had a tree, we had a fallen tree, we had a remaining tree, and yeah, and for the mermaids we just had this lagoon, and I had like 5 or 6 different perspectives. So yeah. And second thing is, you can never have too many assistants by your side, because as you saw with Gnar, I needed 3 assistants to take a specific photo. Third thing, I have to learn and practice with the gimbal myself, because I didn't really know how to take videos with that thing at that time, and sometimes it makes these fast movements because you're moving too fast, and it has to like adjust its movement as well, so there are like these little jumps from one side to another, and you need to practice to avoid this behavior of the gimbal. And this leads to step 4. You need to advise your behind-the-scenes videographer very carefully how to use the gimbal. The only thing I did at that photo shoot is please don't try to move the mechanic if it's active already, because this is not good for the motors that are built into this device. And that was basically everything. And after I saw the video footage, I thought like that you don't need to move that much, you just need to film the object. And yeah, because Nini was moving a lot, which was great as well, but the video footage that I was going for, and I didn't think about that in advance, so that's totally on me. Because Nini did a great job for using the gimbal the first time. Yeah, so practice on my own, and then define the way how I want to have the behind the scenes video footage created, and then tell this to your behind the scenes videographer. And yeah, that's basically everything. I think that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, I really want to thank my assistants and models. You will find all of them in the description down below. I'll put all the links there. And here you can see my assistants who were filming the whole thing, and I'm so glad they did, because although they are just beginners at this, the video material was wonderful. It's so great to have something to show to you all, to like tell you something about how to do photography. So if you like the video, leave a comment down below, like the video, and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next one. Bye!